Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Golden Sun, and when last we left off, we're in the cave beneath Fuchin Falls, where we're solving puzzles that involve moving logs over small bodies of water, like this log right here, that leads over to the area near the beginning of Fuchin Falls cave. We don't want to be here yet, however. We want to solve this puzzle in a much larger body of water, and all of this, by the way, is in aid of getting an item that will help us in the next area we go to, the Mogall Forest, and we do indeed need this item if we're going to make things a lot easier for ourselves. There we go, one puzzle solved, and down here is an item that reminds me of a show I had to watch when I was younger at school, for we shall now gaze through the dragon's eye, that we're going to give to Garrett, I imagine. Yep, because we don't have any space in Isaac's inventory. Let's go and use this item in the one location that it makes sense, in the statue of the dragon that's over here. After all, it seems to be a bit bereft of eyes, and indeed there is a hole where an eye should be. It's a statue of an eyeless dragon. What went in the sockets, I wonder? Well, Isaac, I really think you should stick loads of bananas in there. It'll certainly help. Or alternatively, you can use that dragon's eye that we literally just got. A shining red jewel with flames inside. There we go, we use the dragon's eye, and the mouth opens and fire belches forth that somehow manages to illuminate the entire room. But that's not important. Do you see that pathway that's been illuminated? That is not on the ground, that is in the air. We're going to be using that pathway to get over to the final area of the cave. And to get there, we're going to use that shortcut that we just found, and here is a mole and two dirges. And we attack first, which is very unfortunate for this party of dirges and moles. And by moles, I mean one mole, unless there's another one in the background just looking, going, you know what, I'm gonna wait and see how this plays out, because we might not survive if we attack. And guess what? They're not going to survive. The blizzard there also drops attack, which is really useful considering how hard the mole can hit. But I don't think the mole is going to get a chance to hit because we ooh, awful slash. Goodbye, Dirge 1. Dirge 2 did not get a chance to attack there because we managed to get the element of surprise. And so the other mole wisely decided not to get involved and thus didn't die. Also, that was a lot of gold we got there. Either it's because there were 3 of them, or maybe the dirges just carry a lot of gold on them. Either way, we're now here, and we want to head in this direction, down here, and up the stairs, where we can get to the other side, where we can then use the invisible pathway. And here is another encounter with 2 moles and a dirge. Maybe the second mole has decided to finally fight after all. That would be a terrible decision, by the way. You really shouldn't do that. I think we're going to use Flare Wall here, and then maybe some Plasma, and then, I know, we'll just use psynergy everywhere. Because there is a Psy Crystal outside when we eventually leave, why not, eh? There we go. Lots of damage, and one of them is already gone, and a flying attack that does 33 points of damage. Not bad, but we have the power of the elements at our disposal, and you are very, very dead. Also 181 coins, that is also very impressive. And the only way to get here to the other area is to walk literally over the air. Well, the only way to get where we were was just to follow the pathway we've previously been going, but here we are, in the final area of Fuchin Cave, which has nothing really dangerous in it apart from a slope that is too dangerously fun. Whee! And down here is the final location, with something carved into the stone. The secret of key shall be revealed to the disciples of truth. Well, we're very truthful indeed. So we'll take the Orb of Force here and give it to Garrett, because Isaac once again has absolutely no space in his inventory. But to be honest, Garrett's nearly run out. There we go. This bestows force when equipped, which is a very good synergy indeed. We're going to be using it in the Mogall Forest quite a bit, and really we should give it to somebody who actually has the synergy to use it. But then again, Garrett really doesn't use his very much. Whee! And down we go, through here, and very quickly out of Fuchin Cave, because we don't need to be here anymore whatsoever. I think we pretty much have everything that we need, and I've no idea why I went round that little loop there when we really didn't need to. But either way, we're now going to head over this log of convenience and move over to the exit, where we have to go and talk to that person because they're right next to us and there's no way to get past them. There we go. Young master, did Did you complete the test? Yes, indeed, we did. Why, you have mastered the secrets of Fuchin Temple? Yes, indeed, we have. And now, communication. Master Nyumpa is waiting for you. He is indeed. Proceed to the temple. Thank you. Let's go and read your mind first. The warriors have mastered the secrets of Fuchin Temple. That is literally what we were just talking about. But I suppose you would be thinking about it because it does seem to be a bit surprising. And now that we've mastered it, unless you have more orbs of force lying around, you really don't have any more secrets here to show off with that cave. We now have an opportunity to heal because this crystal likes to reappear. I suppose it's because there's no inn here, so they just give you a way to very quickly restore your psynergy, and by extension all of your hit points. Goodbye, Psynergy Stone. We have no idea how you keep reappearing. Hello there. How are you? You have things to say to us. You do indeed. Excellent, Isaac. It is indeed. I am glad to see you master the secrets of Fuchin Temple. We are very glad as well. Not. We monks call the power you have obtained key. And that is confusing. You seem confused, Isaac. Well, we sort of think it's psynergy, but maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. This is called force by the Western world, but it is really spiritual power. Oh? I will teach you as I promised. Use this power to go through the forest. That concludes today's lesson. Goodbye. That literally does sort of conclude the lesson about how to use it, but there is more to be taught. What would happen if you let loose this energy in the forest? Well, what would happen? You are curious, no? We are indeed curious. Monsters that wait in hiding would show themselves. You would then try to defeat them, would you not? Well, yes, we would. We would. Sometimes you must let go of your belief that fighting solves problems. Hint, hint, you really shouldn't be fighting everything you encounter in Mogall Forest. It really won't help you in the long run. Monsters are cowardly. They will run once they know you can see them, except the ones that won't run. Just remember that sometimes they don't follow my advice whatsoever. They are creatures of the woods, so they do not get lost there. That is a very, very important piece of knowledge, because they do know their way around, and we most certainly don't, and Mogall Forest is no natural forest by any means. More nodding. And now, the conversation has ended abruptly. Use this energy to find the monsters, then follow them. It's that simple. Now that I have passed my knowledge of Ki along, I am without worries. Farewell, Isaac. Take care of yourselves. We will. Don't worry. We will. We're going to leave here. There is nothing more for us to gain at Fuchin Temple. However, we now need to head this way over to Mogall Forest, which is quite literally just across this bridge. And we might as well go and save, because why not? We'll save right here. There we go. And now into Mogall Forest we go. There is an ape, and the ape is going to jump into this tree stump over here. There is a sign here. The broken sign reads, North Fuchin Temple, South Mogall Prairie. Oh, this used to be a prairie and it no longer is. Now, we could go any way we want, but we really wouldn't know which way we're going. So what we're going to do is we're going to accidentally walk into a fight with a dirge and a mole, which we managed to get the element of surprise. I suppose they weren't expecting anyone to be here. And once we've dealt with this, we'll go and there is a stun voltage to make this even easier. We will then go and use the Orb of Force to great effect. There we go, a few more attacks here. And I think this is pretty much, yep, that is pretty much over. Victory is ours! Now, I don't remember how expensive this, it's 2 points, which isn't really that bad. We're going to strike a distant object, or in this case, one that is right next to us. This startles the ape, who will then run in this direction. telling us that we need to go south here. And so we will go south into this area. And here are some encounters that aren't really that difficult. A dirge and 2 spirits. And unfortunately, we didn't get the element of surprise this time around. Let's focus all our attacks against these first, shall we? And I don't think we'll be... there's another flying attack for 33 points of damage. And there is a use of ice, which really won't do that much whatsoever. That is a fair amount of damage to Isaac, though. A vorpal slash there will certainly help even out the odds, and I think now we can just do that and focus on the dirge. There we go. 24 damage, and I think that one, yep, is pretty much gone. The other one, however, might... Ooh, that was 2 hits there for 51 damage. I did not remember that hits multiple times. 21 and 24 damage there, and that one is gone, and there is one more enemy remaining that we're hopefully going to defeat right now. There we go. Goodbye, enemy. That was quite a lot of harm that we took there, but 195 coins is always welcome. A little bit of healing wouldn't go amiss. There we go. A little bit for you, a little bit for you, and more for you. Do need to be careful with that psynergy though. And now we move through this area where we'll find yet another stump that we're going to be using a little bit later. There's also one over here, and I imagine using this one will most certainly not go wrong whatsoever. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Let's find out. That one is not going to run away. That one is going to try and kill us. And there is one ape. This ape is very angry with us, and I'm not surprised. We sort of just went over to its home and then hit it with some psynergy. Alright, I think we want some ice here. There we go. The faster we defeat this enemy, the better off we'll be. 57 damage, so we done about 100 there. About 100. Ooh, that is a nasty move, and that only dealt 54 points of damage. I was expecting it to do more. We'll be finding situations where that will do quite a bit more eventually. More hits here, another hit there, and the ape is now gone. 160 coins for one enemy isn't bad whatsoever. We want to move this very simply. Ooh, there's a nut there. We probably want that. We also have the minor issue that we can't currently reach the log to move it to the other side, and let's quickly go and grab that nut, shall we? Where is the catch synergy? Aha! We're not quite close enough just yet. Maybe if we're over here, will that work? No. I wonder what I'm getting wrong to not be able to reach that. Curious. Anyway, let's move this over here, and then go and head over to this side and push this there. Now we can reach the other side quite safely. There we go. And now an encounter has decided to attack us now that we've finished moving logs. They are some very polite moles. It's here, one hit there, and a siphon seal right there. Marvellous. And I think we're doing pretty well here. We are quite high level. I mean, things will start hurting us quite badly the further on we move if we didn't upgrade our equipment, but we're doing pretty well at that. Also, level 13, and we have mastered the Knight's Ragnarok, and that is quite a nice ability indeed. We're going to be using that soon enough. Also, do we have to be here to grab that? I've no idea, but either way, we have another one of these stumps here that we're going to be, let's try and grab it from over here, shall we? Maybe it'll work, I really don't think it will. Can we grab it? No, we're just not close enough. We'll try one more time over here. Maybe I just need to really reach really far. Just lean over, Isaac. I don't think we're ever actually going to reach this, are we? No, I don't think we are. At least not right now, anyway. And now we have another encounter with a pair of dirges. It is only one nut. We don't need to worry too much about it. It's a nice healing item, but we will find more healing items as we go along. Also, that flying attack is very nasty indeed. I think we do meet other versions of this enemy as we go along. But Isaac's synergy has recovered quite substantially. And this enemy is now very gone. As in dead. It is very dead. And we got a nut anyway, so our efforts weren't entirely in vain. Marvellous! Let's do some more healing, shall we? That is a more expensive heal, but you do have more synergy. We'll just use yours, though. There we go. You barely need any, so we're not going to heal you. And you don't need... Actually, why not? Since Mia doesn't need healing, we might as well heal you up. And we have to actually look at the stump to be able to use and go into the synergy screen to use the force power here. There we go. Be scared, ape, and head in the way that we need to go, which is this way. Marvellous. And in here is a small area with really not much in it at all. Hello, Bone Fighter and Two Spirits. There are a lot of dead things here that we're currently fighting. Also, let us show off what Ragnarok does, shall we? Ragnarok is a very, very fun ability. I think a plasma would be good here. Why not have it here, just in case the Bone Fighter does not get killed, and we'll do that there. Let's see Ragnarok. First, a selection of attacks that are really effective there. Ragnarok is awesome looking, and I love using it. 113 damage. Goodbye, Bone Fighter. Goodbye. It takes up a lot of psynergy, but it really is worth using. It really is. Mainly because it just looks absolutely awesome. There we go, a few hits there, and we get some more gold and more experience. And I don't think there's anything over here. Nope, there is nothing over here at all. There are some optional items here. For instance, here is a situation where there are two of the stumps, and I don't... Ooh, a trio of bone fighters. We're going to have to do an attack there, I think. And a flare ball here, a plasma here, and most certainly a tundra here. We're going to need to use a lot of psynergy to make this a little easier. That may not be the most effective of them. And the Undead Sword, but only does 39 points of damage. It is a magic undead sword, though, and I'd be very shocked if, cold attacks did anything really against skeletons. But fire? That is a lot more effective. I think Venus Psynergy is actually the most effective against those. So we have two choices here. Well, technically we have three choices. The first thing we want to do is we want to use the force thing over here. Is there an ape that's going to guide us here? The answer is yes, indeed. You're going to go down. But what about over here? Any apes in here? The answer is yes, there is. And you're going to go that way. We're going to go this way first. And this way leads to an item, because sometimes your curiosity is rewarded by nice things. Like an apple, for instance. And I have no idea what the apple does. Oh, it boosts attack permanently. That is a really nice thing to have. Also, here is another trio of bone fighters. They do like throwing this encounter at us, and fortunately this time we're going to use an earthquake to make sure that we deal with this that much more effectively. Another flare ball, I think, another plasma, and another tundra. Why not? There we go. Lots of damage there, moderately effective. I think this will be far more effective. Yes, indeed, far more effective. And nice dodge there, Isaac. Nice dodge indeed. But nobody dodges the undead swords of the bone fighters. Except maybe the bone fighters themselves. But I think this encounter is pretty much over. Yep, this encounter is done. And level 13 for Ivan. No new synergies, but hey, it's always nice to get more level ups, and I think we need to do some healing right now. A little bit of healing there, and here, and we don't need to use any there, but a little there, and we really need to think about Isaac's synergy levels at some point, and make sure we don't use too much. And down here, will lead to an area that we haven't been to before. One bone fighter. We've managed to face 3 bone fighters at once. You have made a terrible decision attacking us alone. That is, unless you use your undead sword. That dealt quite a lot of damage. But you wouldn't have been using that anyway, even if you had survived. At level 14 for Mia. Very impressive. Down here we go. And we're now at a small puzzle. A very small puzzle, and I think we can start moving things over there. If that is, let's see if we can just move that. Maybe we can? And the answer is, we can indeed. That is a very useful thing to remember, that you can reach over logs to do that. Alright, 1 death head. Watch out, it's full of death, everyone! I think using a heat wave might be a very good idea. And Ivan doesn't have any single target Jupiter spells, but Mia has some single target ones that she could use, but we're not going to use them. Just a few attacks here, an attack here, and impair. Well, that's not good, but fortunately it did absolutely nothing. Also, I hope you like that flamethrower. Guess what? It didn't like the flamethrower. So what do we do here? We have to push that there, and then we need to go all the way around, I think. Yes, we do. We need to go all the way around, like that. And then round... Aha! There's a Jinn here that we're going to be fighting. But we're also going to be saving, because we want to make sure that we don't lose the opportunity to, well, this Jinn might run away after all. Are we ready for this? I think we're pretty much ready for this. There we go, and unfortunately this Jinn is going to fight us, which is really bad. But we do know the opposing element that we need to use, and that is that we need to use lots of Jupiter ones. There we go, we could do that, but there's really not much point right now. Just attacking might be a good idea. There we go, a heat wave there. We definitely want to use some of these. I think maybe Gust might be a good one to start using. And then we'll just use Ply on Mia, because we never know what it might do, the Jinn that is. 43 damage, not bad. Earthquake is not a nice thing to see. It doesn't do that much damage. It does a fair bit of damage to Ivan, however. Heat wave there will certainly help. 79 damage, not bad at all. More attacks here, another attack there. We now want to use a... definitely want to use that so we can attack a lot quicker. And another Ply here on Ivan might be a really good idea. There we go, fortifying agility by a lot, which is fantastic. And more earthquakes. Yep, it was a good idea to heal Ivan here, as Ivan is in some trouble. There we go, 59 damage, and some more healing there. And a Vorpal Slash! Excellent. The next thing we want to do is actually even more attacks, and then another Jinn. We want to use this one, because we're going to be using a triple summon here. And this time Ivan goes first, which means we can pretty much guarantee on using it, that is, if we manage to not defeat the Jinn first. We may defeat the Jinn first, and we did, unfortunately, which is a shame. Level 13, however, for Garrett is always nice, and hey, we did manage to get a Jinn, which is always great. You will be joining us now. You know, you could have just joined us, that would have made things a lot easier, but hey, experience in the end is experience. And the Venus Jinn Quartz has joined Isaac, which is always good news. We'll just set that Jinn, and we don't get any more psynergy, but we do get a fair amount of hit points and psynergy points. Well, we get one of those, and a little bit more agility. We'll just leave them unset for now, just for next time, so that we can use that summon. Because, hey, using summons is always a nifty-looking thing indeed. And when we come back, folks, we'll continue to explore Mogall Forest, and we have the most important thing that we could get here, but there is one more nice thing that we will hopefully get before we leave. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. Oh, forests. Mogall Forest, and then the forest before, Kalima Forest. There are so many forests in Golden Sun, but I'll tell you what there are more of. Nastier places. There are far more nastier places. Later.